Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Kansas City Chiefs and our home team. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 20. Yard line.
Ready. 50, plant.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Second and 11. That's complete. It's Corey Clement. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. It was a solid check down there with pressure coming, wasn't it?
It was, because you're trying to go through your progression, and when you have that type of pressure in your face, it changes what you're doing and how fast you have to do your reads, and able to come back and find him in open space. That's a really nice play.
A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep going.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Ready.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 34. On 1st and 10, it's Clement. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On 1st down, they go with Clement again. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
I'm going to come back to you.
Off play action. Costello. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over. but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but they get to the football. It's blocked.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches' meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Murray from midfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Throwing is Murray on third down. He completes it to Bryant. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 28.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there. Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. First down, and they stick with Eckler. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on second down, Murray. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Solomon Thomas, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
3rd and long.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Murray with a 3rd and long. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Charger drive about to get going. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On 2nd down, Clement. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Looking to throw. Costello. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive. 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3-and-out.
No!
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4.
They'll run on 1st down. Clement. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. And if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and now it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Two minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, that kind of catch is supposed to pay off with at least a 1st down, isn't it?
Instead, he'll just add it to his highlight reel, but they don't pick up the 1st.
Yeah, he gets the yardage, he gets the catch, but now they have a decision to make.
So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where do they go?
anywhere and everywhere, but they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback, and indeed he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back, came back and traded back into the first round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him, really supplemented that pick, complemented that pick, and went to the playoffs the very next year.
Well, maybe they can use that and carbon copy it. Going deep here for Watkins. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Looking to throw on second down. Costello. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll try and run here with Clement. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. Back to throw. Costello, and it's complete. Henry, and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2.
On first down, Costello. This pass complete to Higgins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Well, earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
Throwing again. Costello. Open man is Higgins. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
He's got Higgins over the middle. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 23.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. 52, right 52.
From the gun, Costello. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. On second down, Eckler. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. It's a pickup of 8 yards to move him into a 3rd and 13 here. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Going on the ground with Eckler. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Clement to start the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. Now a give to Clement running to the right. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. This is Clement. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
We ain't giving up nothing today. My 52.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Costello. Over the middle, complete. It's Higgins. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Costello escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. It was Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, there to knock it away. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. It's Clement back to the running game. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming.
60 or.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
From the gun, Costello. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tre'Davious White, the LSU man, there to knock it away that time. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Badgley able to punch this one through. And that trims the lead to 3. It's 9-6 now. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, here's Murray. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Austin Eckler, 78 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So the loss of a yard, and now 2nd and 11 from the 24-yard line. Looking to throw. Costello looking middle, and it's incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Yes, you're right, they have had no room to breathe. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys will have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Returning it is Moore. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Double tight, double tight. 4 down, 4 down. Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill that.
It's Eckler again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Murray. It's caught by Bryant. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
Check 3. Check 9. Check 9.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
And it's third down.
Ready. 70 ending. 44. Come on. Man, that's trash. Come on. 44.
Murray going to try to throw on third down. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
He's checking. Crash.
Running on first down, Eckler. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the Chargers' 49-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Eckler. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Chiefs on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And down inside the 15 he goes. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
First down, Chiefs.
They'll run here with Eckler. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here is Eckler. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
The Chiefs on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here?
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
On third down, Costello, he's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They're on the 17-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long. So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and they were spurred on by a strong performance